I, 28M, don't want to have sex with my wife 24F anymore. My wife and I have been together for about 4 years now, and for context, she is a very petite woman. She has this constant thing where she has childlike tendencies is the best way I can describe it, i.e. making her voice higher pitch, talking like a small child. While I don't necessarily mind that when we are having regular conversations, she does this when we are in middle of foreplay or just acts extremely shy. So I told her I don't feel comfortable when you act like that when we are about to have sex because it makes me feel like I'm with an actual child and it's a complete turn off. She has still continued to do this and it's to the point where we haven't had sex in about 6 weeks because I can't even look at her sexually anymore because I feel like I'm looking at a child. I just really don't know what to do at this point and I feel like our romance is dead. Am I wrong for feeling like this? Should I give this another chance?
Edit, she did not start acting like this until 2 years into the relationship after we got engaged, and it was very infrequent when she first started. It only recently started becoming common about a year ago.
You have every right to be turned off by that behavior, and she needs to know exactly why. That's really upsetting.
You need to be blunt. It's absolutely fine that you feel like this, but you have to tell her and don't beat around the bush. Tell her it is destroying your desire. And if she still can't stop, you're simply incompatible. And that's okay too. It happens.
Info: why is she doing this op? I think you should have a serious conversation with her about this behavior.
Man, this is like some anime/Japanese type fetish. Lol.
You are not wrong at all. You need to just have the conversation again with her. Make her understand it's not just annoying. It's literally grossing you out. If she just ignores you at that point, I'd command that's a pretty big deal. And you're not crazy, I would feel the same way. Acting like a small child in the bedroom is just weird AF. Just be honest with her and tell her it's killing your romantic aspect, which will eventually kill the marriage. Maybe it's a kink of hers. Like a daddy type thing, but I'm with you. That's just weird and would be an instant mood killer emo. She needs to cut it out if she cares about her marriage.
Tell her that you're not into age play and won't be sleeping with her if ever again if she keeps it up.
I am a speech coach from the Netherlands, so I hope my message makes sense. It's a thing a lot of women do without knowing it themselves. They make themselves smaller by doing this. Sometimes unconscious learned behavior by hearing their mom speaking like that to their husband, boss, or other males. Of course, this also happens in gay relationships, but let's stick to your example. Sometimes women do this to get things done or having the need to be saved by a male because they were taught to do it this way by example from youth. Remember all the old movies up until not that long ago with females' tiny voices? Rescue Me eyes and batting eyelashes? Or feeling really insecure and not confident enough to speak up and try to do it this way. It's a role they take on. The way women talk in porn doesn't help either, by the way. In this case, I think she is being insecure and is having trouble to stand in her own power in life. Maybe there is some power struggle at work you don't know about? Or there is a power struggle between the two of you? Imbalance in self-worth? This can trigger the little helpless woman behavior. So it's worth to have a really open and honest conversation about it. Simply saying you don't want it is not going to solve it. You need to figure out why it is happening. And after that, just talk with her about what you both want in the bedroom. Spice things up with some fantasies you've not yet vocalized yet. Haven't gone through too many comments, so maybe already been said. But your point on this whole thing is 100% valid. But also something I know from having a decent knowledge of mental health issues is age regression behaviors. Even something as little as baby voice can start to occur with someone you're very comfortable around. Many people with childhood trauma will do this intentionally or non-intentionally. Not sure if that applies to your wife though, but if it does, maybe something to consider to be more understanding.
However, with sex, I think to really sit her down and be like, everywhere else doesn't bug me, but in the bedroom, can we not? And if it's something you don't even realize you're doing, it just happens, maybe we can have a safe word or action that you can do to address it quickly to remind her it makes you uncomfortable, and she can go oh yeah and do her best to be aware of it. Woman shrugging.
Why not fight fire with fire? The next time she uses baby talk, change your voice and delivery to sound like Disney's classiest old-school character. Goofy. If she asks why you're talking like that during foreplay, just say, "Gorsh, Mickey, I thought y'all wanted to turn this romance into a cartoon picture for all the little boys and girls at home." Quote. Conversations are important. You're at a stage now where you can have an honest discussion about what you like and don't like during sex, and set a boundary that you won't have sex if she does the voice. If you wait, however, it will cause deeper sexual tension in your relationship, which will spill over into other aspects. It's at a stage now where having the uncomfortable conversation will remedy the situation. Coming from a sub-pet brat girl with a praise kink, I still don't talk like a baby to my partner. If you wanted me to sound like a baby little kid, I feel like that would be super unsettling. It might make me feel icky, and that's saying a lot because good girl likes praise LMAO. But just be open and honest with her, as difficult as it may seem. If you're afraid of hurting her feelings or making her feel strange or ashamed, set that aside for a second and realize that this is your wife. If you don't communicate, your marriage is over already. If you want to continue being with this woman, then you need to work on it. Tell her straight up that this is uncomfortable for you, and in order to have a happy, healthy sex life in your marriage, something needs to change, otherwise it's dead in the water. If she gets mad at you, that's on her. You cannot control her reaction to your feelings, you can only control your feelings. Tell her that you are willing to work with her to find a happy and healthy way to have your relationship flourish, while reminding her that you have no interest in children as a sexual interest. And by speaking like one, it is like getting kicked in the crotch and kills your desire for her. Remind her that she is a 24-year-old woman and you are attracted to her for who she is. And you're not trying to get her to behave like a little kid for you. Bring up maybe one of your own kinks or sexual interests that you would like to try with her if she wants to explore new options. Good luck, op. Wishing you all the best in your marriage in the bedroom. Red exclamation mark, 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 red exclamation mark. I am a 25-year-old female. I feel like I should respond to this. I kind of do the same thing she does. But the reason I do it is because I am not too confident in my body. With everything going around the world of man judging women a lot, we feel like our own men will have eyes for another pretty girl one day. Reassure her about her body and make her feel like you want her. Make her feel special. We sometimes think that some guys like that, but some don't. I have caught my husband watching videos of sort and his girls with higher pitched voices, so it made me feel like I was doing something wrong too. That's all I could say to this. Just let her know if something is wrong with her, please. That's something this girl need. Don't just tell her that you hate that. Don't make her feel less. Look, you need to have a conversation fully clothed at the kitchen table. Ask her where this came from and why she does it. Don't accuse. Is it a kink? Does doing it get her off? Don't say this in a negative or shameful way. Perhaps preface it by you wanting to understand her and you aren't judging. My guess is she's into this as a kink but maybe can't verbalize it. Give her leeway to write down her feelings if she's too shy to say it. I think boundaries are cool and you should have them, but if this is her kink, it's pretty tame. She's an adult, you know, and she knows it. She may just want to forget for a while. Or she could be working through trauma. You won't know till you have a sex-positive discussion.
Tell her she's acting like a girl and you want to be with a woman.
But you married her like this? Or is this some new random behavior? If you two aren't old enough to have direct conversations about your sex life, you're definitely not old enough to be having sex or be married to one another. There's no way the conversation can be worse than neglecting her for 6 months or more. Yeah bro, lay it out flat. I don't want to have sex with you when you do this. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Stop doing it. The ball's now in her court. If talking like a child is a deal breaker for her and she has to do it for whatever reason, y'all just aren't compatible, big dog. It sucks. But it happens. This may be deeper than you realize. Do you know if she was abused? Seek couples therapy. How does anyone not realize that this is his wife's fetish? She's living her own fantasy, and if she has to stop, the relationship has to end.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.